Hello, everyone. Well, a couple things have transpired over the past few days, and I did not get this out by my birthday, which was Monday, by the way. Um, yes, all the happy late birthdays to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I am getting old now. I was told I am pushing 30, which is absolutely ridiculous. I will not stand for that kind of hatred. I am. Just because my knees crack and I groan when I stand up does not mean I'm getting old. Well, actually, it does kind of sound like I'm getting old. I guess I can't beat the allegations. I feel old half the time. So, oh, whoops. Problem solved. I had done some recording, but I didn't like how it turned out. And that was more so me getting distracted while building this. Um, just kind of making an actual farm here. We got our melons and wheat set up in 8x3, so it's 8 pieces of bread when it's actually full. Um, I've also done a lot of mining and kind of set up some stuff down here. Now, I have a time lapse for you of mining that is overlaid with a couple of things. So I want to prepare you for that real quick. I will send you there, and then we're going to do a little bit of layout for this episode, and that will probably be it. So, to get into this, during the semester, I put together some writing and thoughts about what we're going to do here, and this is what I came up with. I wrote a little bit of a story, so I hope you enjoy it. This is the tale of our captain, Captain Jack the Red. Enjoy. A mere 30 ago, the seas were rough and chopped with the anger of the Imperial Navy. We pirates had formed trade routes and built a mass of ships and legions that stood up against the tyranny of the Crown. After years of fights, scraps, and shipwrecks, the pirate's life was being washed away. Lightning strikes and thunder echoes across the cavernous waves that wreck the ocean waters. One ship, sails raised, bursts through the wicked tides as the yelling on deck becomes clear. "All right, men, get your backs together and hold fast. The Empire's on our tails, for tomorrow we sail another day." Followed by an aggressive, maniacal laughter. "Ah ha ha!" The captain of the Night's Sun, a man known as Conquistador Juan Rojo, now called Captain Jack the Red, a Spanish conquistador who grew tired of military governance and left the Spanish Armada for the privateer's life. Captain Jack was a tall and thin man, adorned with worn leather straps and red, checkered flannel. His eyes reflect the gold he seeks, and his mind traces the seas for a haven of safety for his crew and ship. This night's launch is not a unique one, for the crew of the Night Sun is used to quick escapes and escapades across the harsh waters of the vast sea. The Imperial ship, the Harpoon's Rest, breaks the water behind them as a bolt of lightning strikes the air, followed by the echo of a cannon's thunder. The Harpoon's Rest is not like the previous ships that chased the Night Sun's crew, for it had the blessing of the seas itself. Moving twice that of the privateer's ship, Captain Jack and his crew grew concerned as the Empire built ground and split waters right behind them. Captain Jack, worry-struck his eyes, paced the deck hollering, "Best pick up the pace, boys, and prepare to meet Davy Jones in his time." Nodding to his first mate, Bowden Sharp, Captain Jack made his way to his quarters. Bowden picked up the calls, "Pick up the pace, steady your feet, and keep to work." Off the main deck, Jack lights his office with a single swaying lantern as he digs out a small box from below his desk, hidden under a loose floorboard. The captain picks up the small locked chest and grabs a gunmetal key from around his neck. Twisting the lock open, an eerie silence takes the sea's wrath and cannon's thunder. Pulling out a scroll, Captain Jack begins to read what is now known as the Red Curse. Raise the sea and black the sun, the Red Sea dragon that boasts to none. In my time of need I give the call to wreck the ships of one and all. Lightning strikes, making no sound, as its echo is covered by the groaning of the ocean. The storm intensifies as it sounds like the sea itself is being ripped open by a presence that existed only long ago, before man sailed the waters below. A deep echoing roar rings out over the open ocean. All pause in fear for what silence Poseidon's wrath. Boat in command, get your minds right and start packing. We ain't gonna die here, boys. Get your arses on! A loud crack broke the sea's surface as by Captain Jack's command a monstrous arm broke through, pointed and warped. It took the harpoon's rest and crushed it in two. Lightning broke the dark sky, revealing the outline of a burning red body, 10-armed beast of the Kraken. The Night Sun and crew rushed sail and pushed a quick escape to the south. They sailed for 2 hours before finding an island shore, perfect for laying anchor and resting in the safe haven of land. The Kraken's roar could still be heard in the distance, making its presence known, but yet not a threat. Almost pleased to be called upon for the first time in 2 centuries, worn from the battle and years on sea, the captain and his crew took the broken pieces of the washed-up harpoon's rest and later the Night Sun itself to create a port city, a safeguard, a home for pirates and privateers alike. This city became known as Cape Kraken, a castaway's paradise of piracy. Captain Jack founded the city on a council of captains that work as an oligarchy of 5 members voting a majority on all issues and changes to the city. This council is currently overseen by Bowden Sharp Jr., the son of the prior first mate, raised on the seas and was a mere boy when the Kraken was summoned. Well, that's all I got for you thus far. Thanks for listening along, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And I know it sounds kind of dumb, but don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Drop a comment what you think of the story. This is post-recording Ashart's re-recording for this voiceover. Hope to see you soon. Captain Ash signing off. Well, I hope you liked that story. I wrote it over, I don't know, a couple of days, just kind of threw some ideas together. The ending was probably a little weird, but that's just because I wanted to tie it into where we are going to be starting in this world. So we got a little temporary base down there, and it is going to stay. I'm going to enjoy that as a nice kind of memento of where we started and where we went. So the goal of this world is to build the city of Cape Kraken. So I've done a little bit of planning in a notebook to kind of write out some of the things that I'm kind of read through while we walk across the island here. And we're going to start over this way, because this is going to be the main attraction to our city, the thing that would bring in all these pirates and scavengers and privateers. And that is to have a huge pier and boardwalk that all of the ships would come in. They'd dock here for sell-off supplies, make their profits, and move on to their next business adventure. So they would pull off from the ocean over there, get stopped. The island security would basically send them along to whatever stall they would dock their ship at, and it's just going to run all along the island edge here, wrapping the land. I'm going to have it stick out over the water, probably use a lot of jungle wood because we have access to it. I'd like to get some spruce as well, since it is my favorite of the wood types. But it's going to wrap all the way this way, around here, probably over to this. And then we'll have a hard stop around here somewhere. So it's going to wrap all of that with all of the shipping bays and docks. And then over here, either around here or maybe on top of the hill here, we are going to have a lighthouse. And the lighthouse is going to kind of be a landmark for everything around to see. So let's do a little 1, 2, 3, 1. So the lighthouse will be around here. It'll be much bigger than this, but it'll stick up here, shoot up into the sky to draw all the attentions of boats across the ocean that way, boats and ships and everything, that hey, there's something here, it's pretty cool, come check it out. So that's what I'm thinking for here. Not quite sure what I'm going to do over here yet, but as we make our way inland, let's say over here somewhere, yeah, like right around here, we would have a building. Bam, building. A building would be here, and this would be the library. So some of the things I already have like written up for it is the library would be called the Sparrow's Keep of the Seven Seas. It will be home to like it would be pretty big, lots of books, be kind of crammed with small walkways, and the sides of those walkways, in between all those bookshelves, would be villagers, and those villagers, so we'll say like villager there, villager here, and here, and you know they're all going to be blocked in, so you have these cramped little walkway, and each of those would be like villagers with enchanted books that we might want. And then up in the Sparrow's Nest of the Sparrow's Keep would be where our enchanting room is, with the enchanting table and grindstone and all that stuff. Would be, you know, way up here in this little smaller circle. Yeah, so then it would be like right up here, and we'd be looking out across the island. Now, I do know, you know, geography-wise, what was the point in placing that if I was just gonna miss? I know geography-wise that a cape is like a jut off from a mainland that, so an island is not a cape, but hear me out here, pirates are not that smart, so it sounds better that way than Island Kraken, or Kraken Island. Well, actually, Kraken Island doesn't sound that bad, but Cape Kraken is what we're going with. I've already been writing a bunch of stuff down about it, so we're just going with that. So yeah, we'll have like a spot here would be a library. Up back behind me more, the Mayor's Manor, which I'm going to kind of take design. Wow. Okay. Well, that didn't quite work out. Do I get the bow? Ah, it was enchanted too. Oh well. How did you get here? Okay. Anyway, the Mayor's Manor is going to be back up this way because there's a curve, or an elevation across the island, and over here is the high point. So I decided to we'll put the Mayor's Manor on the highest point of the island. So it'll probably be over here somewhere, and just kind of take up a bunch of room over here, and the Mayor's Manor is where our like main base will be. So we will hang out over here the most. It'll have you know, everything we need for a daily basis, planning, building, but not storage per se. Storage will be over in the bank, which will probably be nearby. It'll probably be like down in here will be the bank. Just kind of outline a bit of space here. And I do have some general ideas jotted down of what these might look like. So like for the Mayor's Manor, I kind of want to mix together the looks of like Spanish colonial homes on top of the shipwreck, or the, well, not really a wreck, but the ship that was the Night Sun. So we will have the Night Sun sitting up here across, and connected to it will be more like Spanish colonial stonework and masonry. So that will kind of be how that works together. We'll put those two things together to be the Mayor's Manor. And then like the bank, I had some ideas for it here in the notebook. It will be a pretty big bank vault looking building. It will be sitting on a ship deck, so it'll look like the deck of a ship, and then on top of it is sitting the bank. The bank would kind of be sitting back where like the captain's quarters and everything to go below deck, all that would be. It's going to have an interior vault that I think I'm going to redstone together just a 3x3 piston door to get in. And that's where our main item storage will be. So all of the bulk storage and everything might even be automated, I don't know yet, will be within the bank. So that will all be there, which I'm thinking will be around here somewhere. And inside of that, I have more ideas. I don't want to spoil everything right here in this episode. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So we'll have more of the shops down that way towards the dock and pier. Like a couple other ones I had in mind was like a ship repair yard. Actually, that might be what's over this way. That little crescent past the library. Over here. Over here. This will probably be the ship repair yard, where you can pull the ship in, and it will be worked on and sent out. So yeah, like right over here would be right over here somewhere. And then this will go up a little bit, have like a little A-frame hut. Yeah, hello. And that will be, I came up with a name for it already that I thought was kind of clever. McCannon's Wreck. Yeah, I thought that was kind of clever. So we're going to go with that. This will be McCannon's Wreck over here. And it will be like a mob farm and a tree farm, just kind of some of that stuff. So we'll have probably some of it over in the water, a lot of it underground here, which, do we have a little, yeah, we got a little cave system down here, so that should work out well. And we'll have some of those more farm things in the shipwreck yard and repair yard. So that should be that, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Anything else? Oh, every town needs some sort of like healthcare, right? Some sort of doctor or whoever. I have figured that out. I thought it's kind of neat. So I came up with a witch doctor who would live here on the island, like a voodoo priest or priestess of some sort, in a building that I'm going to call the Castaway's Hearth. Huh? Kind of clever. Kind of clever. So the idea with that would be, it'll probably be more central to the island, because, you know, everyone's going to have to be able to make their way to the dock. D-O-C, dock. Doctor. Doctor? Who? No. So it'll probably be more central here-ish. Do that. Yeah, it'll be more central over here. That way, anyone else along the pier and all the new pirates showing up can come get treated for scurvy or whatever illnesses they may acquire. But it's also not too far away from like the shipyard if somebody gets hurt or stuff like that. So I have a couple more shops in mind, but I think I'm going to save going over those for later. So thank you guys for joining me here. I know I say this every episode. It's a little messy. It's However, indubitably, so these are the ideas that I've had. I hope you like them. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section below. If you have further ideas, names, conventions, things, piratey sayings, so I can make meme puns, that's the word I'm looking for, puns out of the episode titles, put those in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. It means a lot. Thank you. I'd love to get a paycheck doing this someday. That way I can hopefully afford college. Or at least pay off my student loans. So, thank you. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget, it is June, which is Scleroderma Awareness Month. Be aware of it. I might talk about that in the next episode. I don't know. I'm bad at planning. Bye.